Hey guys, how are y'all doing? It's Julie here. Happy holidays! I hope everyone is having a good one with family and friends and loved ones. Are you looking forward to the new year? What are your new year resolutions or plans? Or is that too early to ask? As for me, one of my new year goals that's important to me is to love myself more, take care of myself more, which is almost outrageous to think about considering how already obsessed with myself I am, but what can you do? Hope you guys are having a good old time, and I wish you and yours a very happy holidays. Hope to see you guys on the other side by 2024. So this is a re-upload. Probably seen this video before on your timeline. The first one that I uploaded had really terrible audio quality that I just had to re-upload. I was thinking of leaving it up on my channel and just working on putting out better audio quality in the future, but I was just thinking of the reason why I uploaded this video in the first place, which was so that many people can get to listen to it and learn a thing or two from it. And with the way the audio quality was in the first one, I don't think a lot of people would even want to see the video through to the end, which was actually where I said so many important things. So I decided to just re-upload it again. So if you've come across this video before, please try and watch it or listen again, and do leave a comment. It could be anything at all, just so the algorithm can pick it up and push it out to even more people. Thank you so much for supporting, and I hope you enjoy it this time around. Let's go. Here are some of the natural hair practices that I'm hoping we can all collectively leave behind in the new year. I almost said 2023, but yes. Curls for days. You guys already know this page is a 4C hair type stand page. I love all hair textures, of course, but I'm a 4C girly and I have experienced certain things that I feel like are not okay. Stop telling 4C girls that their hair is just dry and that's why it doesn't look like this. Let's be expeditiously and encapsulatingly for real. Like, what you mean? I've heard this one a few times and I've seen this in comment sections. Just because the media is saturated with hairs that look like this does not mean that this isn't normal. Some hairs, whether moisturized or not, will not look like this. No, they do not need a mousse or a cream to look like that. That's just their natural hair texture. Shiny hair does not mean healthy hair, and lack of shine does not mean unhealthy hair. Now, there is a difference if it's someone personally noticing a general dullness to what their hair typically looks like, but most times people associate shiny hair textures with dryness or unhealthiness. And it's like, no boo, my hair is very much moisturized. I did that this morning. That's just a bias that you have, and I don't blame you. Many hair products put these descriptions in their advertisement as though shine is a sign of health or quote-unquote good hair. As opposed to straighter hair types, the way type 4 hair cuticles are positioned and shaped makes our hair refract rather than reflect light. So it doesn't matter how much product we slap on our hair, as long as it's natural, it will never be able to reflect light in the way that straight hair or even looser hair can. And that's why it's not as shiny or silky looking. Our hair is fluffy. It's like wool or cloud or flower petals. It's not going to shine or look silky like other textures. So no, we do not need extra moisturizer. Thank you very much. You see these rude stylists that are always making rounds on social media. These people only have so much power because we give it to them. And I think this is something that is so prevalent in the West. Now here in Nigeria, we have our own fair share of shitty service. I mean, this is the hub of shitty service. But when it comes to hairstyling, I think just the mere fact that almost everyone and their auntie can do hair makes the competition crazy. So it's not really common to see such blatantly rude hairstylists. Because honey, I come to do my hair and you're telling me I'll pay extra charge for eating or having longer hair than you thought or showing up pregnant. Just pulling all these new rules out of your ass for an extra charge. I'll walk out. What did I say? I'll walk out. I said what? I shall take my leave. Like, let's be oh so for real. Some of these hairstylists have a client humiliation ritual going on, and the way they just post anything on their social media pages is crazy. Some of these hairstylists have a client humiliation ritual going on, and the way they just post any and everything on their TikToks is crazy. And you guys, please let me know what you think. If let's say I'm a very private person that doesn't like to be posted on the internet, or I just wasn't in the mood to sit for videos, cameos and pictures after a stylist is done with my hair and after I've paid her, does this make me a bad person? Isn't this like a favor that a client does for the stylist and not a requirement or an obligation? Get adding things to your portfolio. Like if I was a videographer, I would add certain videos I shot to my portfolio to attract more clients. Same with other types of work. But I think when it involves other human beings, I'm really not under any type of contract to model for you afterwards. They should come with a please and a thank you and not like my personal obligation. Because this happened to me when I went to a hairstylist to do my hair. And when she was done, she was taking a few pictures, but I guess she didn't like them. And I was in a hurry, so I got up to leave and she got so pissed off and started talking and acting crazy and giving me this attitude. And I'm just like, ma'am, Well, best believe that was the last time she saw me. There are the hairstylists that tell you you're too ugly or dark skinned to be posted on their pages. I think low-key, a lot of people want to be posted on these pages. People get a lot of validation from strangers saying they are cute or good looking, but many times these hairstylists do not have good intentions. They will exploit your image and likeness and use any inflammatory caption or means to grow their audience, bring traffic to their pages, and it doesn't matter if you, the clients, end up looking a fool in this post. So just be careful. Let's all collectively set some boundaries with these hairdressers. You can cover your face while they make these videos or not agree to be on them at all if you're not comfortable. Because honestly, I'm just tired of black women always being the butt of the joke. Please, if you're a parent, stop taking your kids to stylists who post videos of them in pain and stress on social media. Matter of fact, stop taking your kids to hairstylists that are not gentle with their hair. I don't want to see your kids crying and throwing up on a hairstylist chair anymore. Some braids are just too tight. Some children's hair and scalp can simply not take the stress. And some hairstylists just outrightly do not like kids or care about their pain. All they care about is posting these videos to entertain their fans or followers on social media pages, which I think is really weird. And I just wonder if this is the part of terms of service or terms and conditions to have your child's hair done. Like, please, let's stop encouraging this. All hair is good hair, but some are better than the others. We all know the history of calling certain hair types good hair and others not. With the natural hair movement came the counter narrative that all hair was indeed good hair, and that seemed like the irrational way to go. No more discrimination or tussling, right? Wrong. The hair community is oversaturated with a certain type of hair texture. There are times when I've had to direct girls to certain videos on YouTube to watch when they just begin their hair journeys and are trying to understand how to start caring for their hair. Now, many of these girls have type 4B or C hair, and when they would report back to me, they would go, "Wow, I really like this girl's hair. I wish my hair looked like hers." And I would say, "Well, you just started your journey. With time, it will get long and full." And they would say, "Yes, but what can I do to make it curly like hers?" Then they would use these unpleasant words to compare their hair textures to the girls that they've been watching. So I had to start giving them links to specific creators with similar hair types for them to watch and learn from. So my point is, if you have tightly coiled hair, follow people that look like you. For one, when you do, the unhealthy comparisons will greatly reduce, and then you give more platforms to girls that look like you and have your hair type. Now, this has a ripple effect. I used to wonder why it was so hard or rare to see 4C hair on the big screen and media and commercials and billboards. And the thing is, hair care is a money-making industry. Demand fuels supply. If you and I and everyone else continue to have this craze for curls, more brands will continue to push only girls with a specific hair type because they know who the standard is within the natural hair community. They're not going to give jobs or exposure to girls with kinkier hair texture because who's really checking for them? The girls with loose hair are following the influencers that have their hair types, and you with the type 4 hair are following those same influencers because you have a dream with your Martin Luther King ass that one day, if you follow all their hair regimen and use the same products as them, you'll wake up with their hair type. Well, wake up now. It's never gonna happen. And also, what do we have here? 4C influencers are also trying to sell you the curly dream. So at the end of the day, contributing in their own erasure because these brands are watching and they know who has the audience. So please love yourself, embrace your curls or lack of it, and focus on being the best you. Don't start lusting after the hair of a biracial woman and then start hating on your own hair. Admiration is great, but instead of pining for something that belongs to someone else, you should also focus on improving your own personal hair health and length if that's what you want. But you will not get anything out of desiring someone else's texture. You simply cannot have it. And I think that's just a microcosm of other aspects about life when it comes to self-improvement. No matter how much you admire someone's skill and life or body, you cannot become them. You can only work on yourself, work with what you have to become the better version of you. And learn to love yourself. That is way more fulfilling than spending all day wishing to be someone else and dwindling your own inner peace. You cannot look in the mirror and see Bella Hadid, no matter how much you want to be her. You will still see you, and it's left for you to improve and love you so that what you see brings you joy and peace. Curly hair movement. We need to approach hair care with a healthy mindset so that we can love our own hair more. 4C babes, come close because I'm talking to you. Let's learn to appreciate our hair more and care for it more, regardless of texture differences and hair growth rates. I want to see more girlies doing more styles that do not require so much manipulation to give off the look of a completely different texture. I'm talking about the obsession with curls. It needs to go like yesterday. I feel like hair can be a form of expression. We get to try out different styles, different looks, and different things with our hair in a creative way. It's beautiful that we can do all these things with our hair. But it's not so much as us trying to be creative and expressive with our hair than with us only liking our hair when it's a certain way, or us only preferring our hair when it looks a certain kind of way. And I think that's where the problem lies in. It's okay to experiment with styles and do all these things, but when you look through what you find on your For You page when you type 4C hair, that tells you all you need to know, that 4C hair is very much not sought after. And I already said this in my video about how black women do not like their hairs. But wash and go for the most part is a pointless ritual, especially when it comes to type 4 girls. It's such a long and tedious process of borderline forcing curls out just for them to last only long enough for you to take like 4 selfies with a curls popping caption. Like, let's be egregiously for real. There is this kind of sinister relief that I notice when a type 4C girl or a girl with tightly coiled hair is able to get her texture to loosen up, aka have some curls. It's almost like as she shows the result from her 4 hours long wash and go and zooms in to see those tiny curls, she's saying, "Look, I knew it. I knew my hair wasn't nappy. I knew my hair could do this all along. I'm not abnormal." It's like, girl, type 4C hair does not have a visible or defined curl pattern, and that's okay. It is spirally. It coils in on itself. It is so tightly curled, it does not reflect light or shine like so many other hair types, and we need to let go of this juicy curls popping obsession. We're not all meant to look the same. If everyone did, it would be a boring world. Celebrating whenever you're able to force a curl or trying to prove that your hair can slick back or curl just makes me wonder if this is a natural hair movement or a curly hair movement. Curls, kinks, and coils, whatever you have, should be celebrated. And this is not to demonize these hairstyles and say that you should only stick to one hairstyle all your life. But like I said earlier, it's the mindset that comes with trying out these hairstyles to make it seem like your hair is only valid if you can do certain things. Protective styles. Many of these protective styles are the reason our hairs are unprotected. Protective style, but is it really a protective style? The lace wig is not a protective style. It can snatch you bald if you're not careful. Same with several other hairstyles. I know we love our braid styles and all that razzle dazzle, but Ghana weaving is not a protective style. It will snatch you bald no matter what. Ghana weaving is an intricate style of braiding. The braider picks tiny bits of hairs and continues to add wisps of attachment as the braid increasingly gets thicker. Now, this attachment is always too heavy for our natural hairs because our hair simply should not be holding so much weight. So if you notice, whenever you do this style, as time goes on, the attachment from the edges start to lift. Oh, but it is not just the attachment, is it? It has taken your edges with it too. And there are so many other of our intricate braids that put a lot of stress on our scalps and our hairs in general. Now, these styles are usually pretty, but they shouldn't be made like an everyday style. Maybe once in a few months, because they will put stress on our scalp and our hairs, some even faster than others. I think we like to think that our hair is so thick and coarse enough to withstand these styles, but over time, our hair starts to feel the wear and tear from these intense hairstyles. So go easy on these elaborate braids, ladies. Everybody wants 4C hair, but nobody wants 4C hair. You know the way they say everybody wants to be black, but no one wants to be black? That's the same thing with 4C hair within the natural hair community. Sis, you and I know that you do not have 4C hair. Yes, you, I'm talking to you. Just because your hair looks a certain way when it is dry does not mean it's 4C. Yes, you could be a type 4 girl, but I got to gatekeep a little, I'm sorry. Let's stop using the 4C hair hashtags for clout and oversaturating it with hairs that are clearly not 4C. You know all those wig revamp stylists who will take a picture of your wig before and after they've worked on it, yeah? It doesn't matter how decent the wig you brought in look, they will put it through the ringer before they get that before shot, just so the change is more dramatic after they've put all that treatment in and blow dried and straightened your wig. Like, sis, I brought a decent bobbin. Why did you take a picture that looks like the wig that used to belong to that ghost from The Ring? What do you mean? It's the same feeling when a girl who is type 4A uses those thumbnails of them looking electrocuted in the before and then with curly hair in the after picture, acting like their magical hair routine or products made their 4C hair curly. Stop tussling in the comments and claiming to have 4C hair and basically trying to gaslight girls with actual 4C hair when you post those videos and the comments comment. And when that fails, you say, well, I mean, I do have 4C hair, but it's just mixed with other hair textures. Then why didn't you put the other hair textures in your title? Uh-oh. Why didn't you do that? You know exactly what you're doing, sis. You know what you're doing. And when all else fails, they go, well, your hair would look like mine if it was healthy and moisturized. Like, sis, please, you have type 4A hair and that's fine. Stop with the baits. You're taking advantage of texturism and trying to play the victim. Yes, I'm the 4C hair Nazi or whatever you want to call me. So what now? Exactly. That's what I thought. Anyways, guys, these are my don'ts for 2024. And these are what I would like to see less of, honestly. I'm sure people are still going to do them, but I just think it's best I put it out there. So yeah, tell me what you would like to see less of when it comes to hair care and hairstyling in 2024. What are your New Year resolutions? Are you guys excited for 2024? What are your New Year goals, or is that just too cliche to say? Anyways, we have come to the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like, share and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Happy New Year. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.